Man, what's up? I'm bored. Figured I'd play with the live for a while. Hey guys, what's up? I'm bored. Figured I'd turn on live for a while. Keep me occupied. Dipping a little Kodiak right now. What y'all up to tonight? Oh God, it's Rex. Hi Rex, how are you? Staying out of mischief? Maybe. Yeah. I spent all day on the phone. Went over to the new store, was helping out there for a couple hours, and my phone just started going into meltdown. They opened up a couple of positions for applicants for my store, so friends of friends and people I didn't even know started texting me and calling me, asking questions about what the job is like and all that fun stuff. So I was supposed to have been stocking at the store, and I spent all day on the phone and on text messaging. It was great. Dipping a little Kodiak wintergreen right now. Hmm. Mine would not shut up for about 6 hours today. It was frustrating. Spent all day in the hotel room here, Zoom meetings and answering text messages instead of actually doing some work. Crew probably figured they knew I was leaving for a few minutes. I never made it back, so oh well. I'll be back home next week. So not unless we get a nice storm front blowing through. Hopefully it's right now it's warm enough it's not snowing in the pass, but if it cools down over the weekend and it gets snowed over in the pass, I might be stuck here for a day or two extra. I don't know. But I don't think my little truck can make it through that pass if there's more than an inch or so of snow. Unfortunately, I don't have a four-wheel drive. Oh, hotel life? Yeah, it's fun for the first few days. Been doing this for weeks now. It's getting old. It's been old. I like the comfort of my own bed, my own food, stuff like that. And occasionally I get to talk to my wife, just details, details. One of the guys that worked here at the store started hitting on me until she realized I was married. Then the flirting stopped. It's funny how that happens. Oh well, I'm getting too old for that crap anyway. I enjoyed some Chipotle tonight for the first time. Never tried Chipotle. There's not one around me. Ordered a burrito. I didn't realize it was going to be like, you know, a 2 pound burrito. Good Lord. Ate about a third of it, and the rest of it's in the fridge for the lunch tomorrow. Right now, I'm currently dipping some Kodiak wintergreen. After this one's run its course, I may switch over to Stoker Straight. Still working on this can from yesterday. And just published a review on the Kodiak Fine Cut Natural. I'd never seen this stuff in a store before until today. It's definitely different. It's got that natural dark fire taste, but it definitely has a little bit of sweetness to it, which I was not expecting. Nasal snuff? Oh, oh, oh. Where is it? Where is it? I found some. I haven't done a review on it yet. Haven't cracked it open. But I found some. Garrett and Sons classic Scotch. Gonna be cracking this bad boy open sometime soon. Yeah, Cope Wintergreen's good. Very enjoyable. Actually, I finished the last can I had of it here. I've got I got a grocery bag full of dip and nicotine pouches that I still got to go through. Yeah, I had a can of this Garrett Sweet Snuff I tried a while back, but this is the first time I found a can of that stuff, and it was actually a decent price. I saw it once before, and I didn't buy it because the place wanted like $23 for that little thing. This one here was like 12, so I picked it up. Pouches, nicotine pouches, or tobacco pouches. I picked up a couple cans of General. Gonna be cracking them open soon. Grinds, yeah, I got some grinds in here too, floating around. They've been dropping a lot of new flavors. Nicotine pouches, oh good lord, I got all kinds of nicotine pouches here. What do I got in the bag of wonders? 2-1 whiskey cola, uh, bridge, spearmint, uh, knick-knack. Which one flavor is this? Tangerine knick-knack. These are lozenges. Glue spearmint. Keiko. Triple berry ice. 6 peppermint. I got spearmint and I got wintergreen in here from them as well. Zolt peach. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff in here. And I got Oregon Mint Snuff Company. I got some of their spearmint flavored mint chew. Picked up a can of that, mainly because it's made here in Oregon. XQS Fizzy Cola. Yeah, I have no idea what Fizzy Cola is going to be like, but there's a crap ton of pouches. Yeah, Zolts are pretty good. They got really good flavor to them. The only one I've been disappointed in so far was their tobacco flavor, which was like no flavor. So, but it seemed like every nicotine pouch company that tries a tobacco flavor, they fall short. You know, if you want tobacco flavor in a pouch, General Snooze. Yeah, grinds are really good. I found a nice hack for grinds with crappy hotel coffee that I've been having to deal with for the last few weeks. Throw a grinds pouch in it. Instantly, you have decent coffee. Throw a pouch in the can, and either have it in your mouth or just throw it in the cup and let it stew for a minute or two with the crappy coffee. Does a decent job. And Grinds has come out with a lot of caffeinated pouches now too, and energy pouches and stuff like that. I guess they're available in Walmart. Yep, hotel coffee, water coffee. Yep. The stuff here, they over at the breakfast bar, it's not bad. The stuff they put here in the hotel room, oh my goodness, don't do it. It is nasty, nasty coffee. I don't even know if it qualifies as coffee. It's like maybe a strong tea with a stale flavor added in. It's great. Yeah. Yeah. So far, my favorite Zolt that I've tried has been their apple. That stuff was really good. Copenhagen Natural. Yeah, actually, I've done some reviews on them. Um, I got an open can of their extra long cut. I picked up a can of their Southern Blend yesterday. Um, Locally, back home, the Southern Blend tends to be out of date. This stuff here, it's good through December. So, General for a $1.99. How did you manage that? Around here, it's like $8. But General, you go to their website, sign up for their coupons. They send you the coupons the coupons are like $4 or $5 off. They're really good. Yeah, if you guys want to save some money, go to the dip websites and sign up for their coupons, or you can get mobile coupons on your phone. Some stores won't take them, but a lot of them will. And some of them have some pretty good coupons. Some of them save 50 cents, 75 cents. General, it's like save $2 or $3. Grizzly has some good ones out this month too. You know, Pretty good savings on, like, if you buy a whole roll. If you buy a roll, it's, I forget what the savings was, but it was pretty decent. Yeah, New York State, Oregon, bunch of states now, their taxes are just outrageous. Copenhagen around here, you're talking $8 plus a can. Occasionally, I'll find a shop that has it for 7.50, 7.25. Estimated because they haven't updated their prices in the last 4 or 5 years, and they have no intention to. Yeah, the little liquor store in my hometown, that lady hasn't raised her dip prices in like 10 years. They're still outrageously cheap. And she doesn't sell much of it, so she doesn't really care. But yeah, which is kind of weird because all the liquor stores here are state run. So you'd think they would have price controls on their tobacco, but they don't. It's just the liquor. $5. Back home, I can get it for about $5. This can that I picked up last night, I had to pay $7 for it. It was at a truck stop. There's a casino about a half hour north of here. I went up there and made a donation to the tribe, had some dinner, and on the way back, I hit a couple of the truck stops. Yeah, Stoker's was $7 a can or 48.99 for a tub. Yeah. No, thank you. I'll just go to Hill and Cigar and order tubs if I want to do that. It's like $24 for a tub off their website. And I picked up a can of the new can style for Grizzly Wintergreen. I've already done a couple of reviews on that one, so this is just for me personally. Oh, and speaking of Stokers, those of you who saw the channel news, and I can't say who is sending me some stuff to try, but yeah, I can't say, but I can't say who, but yeah, apparently they're sending me some fine cut wintergreen, and they have a new product line coming out, and they're sending me some of that too. So I have no idea what that's going to be. Zen or free? Me personally, free. I like the moist pouches. That's just my personal preference. I buy Zens and I use them, but Zens hit me. Zens hit too fast and they fade too fast. I like the extended release of the free. And some of the Swedish ones, like the White Fox and Killa, stuff like that, those things are awesome. When they say moist pouch, they mean it. Yeah, free is slow to hit the stores. You can go to Nico Kick and find it, or go to their Free's website and order it. We have it Zen, Velo, On, Rogue. Those are all fairly common around here. Zolt's been making inroads as well as Clue. They've been getting some shelf space locally lately, and for some god awful reason, Juicehead. I see them in some of the stores. It's like, yeah. I've tried a couple of them. Their Juicehead's just nasty. It smells like it's just nothing but chemical flavor in my mouth. Some people like it, but hey, more power to you. I will not cut into your supply of Juicehead pouches. That's for certain. Yeah, it was cool of Nico Kick to reach out and offer me an advent calendar for cheap. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I just hope I have the time to do one every day. Well, I'm going to make the time to do one every day. Starting in December, I'll be home all the time. So I'll be able to do that without too much trouble. My days of hotel life are coming to a close. I go home on Monday and I'll be home for a week, maybe two. And then after that, I think Thanksgiving week, I'm going to be on the road again, which I haven't told my wife yet. She's going to be thrilled. Maybe I'll just bring her with me. Because I think if they're sending me to the store, I think that'll put me about 90 minutes away from the grandkids. So that'll be nice. I'll go up and see them on Thanksgiving and just go back and work in the store day after. Been trying to talk my wife into going to see her dad for Thanksgiving because he's getting up there in years and he's starting to get dementia, and keep telling her you better enjoy the holidays with him while you can. So I know I lost my mom 9 years ago, and she died the week after Thanksgiving, and I knew that last Thanksgiving that was going to be the last. I knew it. That was going to be the last holiday I had to spend with her, and sure enough, she was gone a week later. I was hoping she'd make it till Christmas, but she didn't. So yeah, I'm mainly bored. That's why I did the live. Fun weekend plans? oh, that's that's YouTube prompting me for a Q&A sticker, huh? Okay. My weekend plans? Yeah, I'm working, throwing freight. That'd be 11 days here. Yeah. They're trying to get this store open in a hurry. So the boss man, hey, can you go to Klamath Falls for a week? Yeah, sure, no problem. Can you stay a few extra days? Okay, yeah, sure, no problem. Can you stay another day? Okay, yeah, sure, no problem. so, but I have to go home on Monday because they're officially computer wise. I'm getting dropped into my own store on Monday. So my store goes live on the computer in the system, and that means I can start hiring my assistant manager, which is going to be easy because I already got it one picked out. so I've worked with her before. Alpen free? Yes, they are. Let's see here. Do I have an Alp? Where's my Alp? Where's my Alp? The problem with doing reviews, I got cans all over the place. Damn it, where's the Alp? Can't find the Alp. Anyway, if you take a can of Alp and a can of Free and you look at the back of the can, it is word for word identical. Word for word. The only thing that's different is the word Free and Alp and the color. Other than that, they are identical, word for word. Now, some people are saying the Alp has moved their production to the United States. If that's the case, there might be some stuff coming up. Tractor Supply. I used to manage an Ace Hardware, and I jumped ship, moved over to Tractor Supply. They got a new store opening up in my area. Farm and feed stores. I love farm and feed stores. I've worked in them before, managed them before. I like the vibe. I like the customers. So I applied. They jumped all over it, gave me the job. And now construction has delayed the opening of my store. I was supposed to open this month, but now construction, they pushed it to January because they really don't want to open a store in December. Yeah. So I'm kind of the man without a country right now. I'm just wherever they need me, that's where I go. Have box cutter, will travel. The Free and the Alp, yeah, they hit the same. The pouches look identical. They feel identical. The flavoring is a little bit different. There is variation in the flavor between Free and Alp, depending on their different flavoring formula. But the construction, the feel, everything is, I cannot tell the difference until you put it in your mouth and taste it. So if you can find Alp in your area or you can find Free, they're essentially interchangeable. Yeah, construction delays are fun. What they're running into over in my area is lack of materials. Um, the guy needed some um, vapor barrier, commercial grade vapor barrier. He had to go all the way to Medford to get it, and Medford is a 3-hour drive each way. So, yeah, that set him back. He spent 3 days trying to find some. That finally broke down. Had to send some kid over to Medford. By the time they got over to Medford, Medford didn't have enough. So he got what he could, got part of the job done, and then they sat on their thumbs for about another 4 or 5 days until they got more in. Then he sent another kid all the way over to Medford, all the way back, another day's worth of delay, and yeah, fun times, fun times. Because the building the store's going into used to be a Big Lots, and before that, it used to be an Albertsons way back. I remember when it was an Albertsons when I was a kid, way back 50 years ago. And when they built that store, for some reason, where the cooler and the freezer were in Albertsons, they didn't put vapor barrier under the concrete back then. And so the city is like, well, since you're remodeling and renovating the building, we know there's no vapor barrier under these two pads here. You want to break them up and put vapor barrier down and bring it up to code? So, yeah. So they had to cut out the concrete, lay the vapor barrier down, re-pour new slabs. Yeah, that set them back a couple of weeks. Yep. They got the yard area put together, are working on the plumbing. If you ever been on Tractor Supply, they have a pet wash station. Self-serve pet wash. Go in, wash your dog. Sometimes people bring cats. When I was training up at the store in Junction City, lady brought in her pot-bellied pig. I was walking past the pet wash and I hear, I'm like, what the hell? What kind of a dog makes that noise? I looked in there and there was a lady with her pot-bellied pig giving him a wash. It was hilarious. So, and pardon the pun, but that pig was in hog heaven. Seemed to be really enjoying himself. So, Yeah, I may have to trade in my man card though. Been shopping for used cars, and so far the best deal I've run across. I hate to say it, it's a Ford Prius, or not a Ford, a Toyota Prius. Yeah, Prius. But it's actually a really good car, low miles. The battery's in great shape. Just got the battery just got serviced. Thing gets fantastic gas mileage. I may have to buy it just to use it as a commuter car. Get a bumper sticker. This vehicle self-identifies as a Ford F-150 or something like that. But for 40 plus miles to the gallon, that'll save me a small fortune commuting back and forth. It's a 30-mile trip each way for me to go to work. I live 2 towns over. So, so if I can only burn a gallon and a half of fuel compared to 3 gallons, hey, I might swallow my pride and drive a Prius for a while. I don't know. I almost bought an old Lexus, but some guy beat me to it by like 30 minutes. I was going to go over there and look at it. Was late getting out of work. By the time I got over there, pulled in the guy's driveway. Oh, I just sold it. The guy just pulled away not 10, 15 minutes ago. I'm like, so, oh well. Oh yeah, Komodo dragons will swallow pigs. There's one big honking lizard. I guess falling iguanas are a problem in Florida now. They're getting a cold snap, and all the iguanas go into hibernation or something and fall out of the trees. No, it's already dead. Where's the fun in that? Oh. Yeah. Hey, there's a book guy. Moving on, Stoker Strait. I still got a half can of my Grizzly Dark here too. Now I'm curious. If you were to mix Stoker Straight and Grizzly Dark, I wonder how that would work. I'm gonna have to experiment. All right, take care, Rex. I'll see if I can make Suits live on Saturday. I'm not sure if I'll be working or not. I should be back here in the hotel by then. Yeah, I'd probably cut the sweetness of the Stokers and add a little more body to the Grizzly Dark. I may have to do that. When I get down about a half can or a third a can of each, mix them together. Normally I do that in a mason jar so you can get a good shake and blend them together well, but I don't have anything like that here. May do that when I get home. Yeah. All in all, not too bad. crap. Thank you. Yeah, I should go live more often. I don't know why I don't. Usually because it's so, I don't know, unpredictable whenever I have the time. Like this tonight, I was just bored and it's like, yeah, let me play with the live feature, see what I can do. Took me a couple of tries, but I got it figured out. And hopefully the hotel internet's working well enough for you that's not too, it's not too laggy. Yep, just chilling. Done with work for the day. I'm here. I'm bored. I've been in this hotel now for 8 days. Yay. Head home Monday morning. And hopefully there's no snow in the pass. There's one mountain pass I'm concerned about. And I'll find out very quickly because this will be like the first 30 minutes of my drive. If I make it past that, I'm golden. I can make it home. It's about 4.5, 5 hour drive. I may stop over in Grants Pass and Medford, hit their smoke shops there, see if I can score anything. I've been trying to find somebody in this state who carries twist tobacco, but nope. And so far, the only plug I've been able to find is some day's work plug. That's fairly common here in Oregon, but I haven't been able to find any others. Yeah, Oregon's kind of a tobacco or a dip and chew wasteland. You got all the common stuff, but some of the oddball stuff, nobody really seems to specialize in it. Now, there might be a shop up in Portland, but I try to avoid Portland at all costs. Although with this new job, I go to Tennessee once or twice a year now for conferences. They're based out of Nashville, or actually, I think Clarksville actually is where they might be. So that's like dip headquarters down there. I wonder if I can get a factory tour from one of the manufacturers if I ask nicely. That'd be cool. Hey, how you doing? YDOC. I have to get close so I can actually read the names. Yeah, and blah 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 blah. Yeah, all in all, this is a decent hotel. Well, not really decent, but it's okay. They have a sofa I can sit on, which is kind of nice. And I discovered my can of dip fell down on the cushion. I discovered this actually has a pull-out bed in it, so I'm not sure which would be more comfortable. That thing I have to sleep in, or this thing over here. Probably about the same. So far, only one of the hotels I've stayed in the last 3 months has had a decent bed, and unfortunately, I was only there for 3 days. With the others, by the time I get used to sleeping in them, yeah, I'm going home. Then I have to get used to sleeping in my own bed again. By the time I get used to sleeping in my own bed again, I'm on the road again. My road trip days are coming to a close. In November should be my last trip. After that, I'll be in my home store permanently because that's when things get hot and heavy, and I got to start hiring crew and getting people trained, and then the product starts flowing in, and the construction guys get mad because they're still working on the building when you got pallets of product showing up, and it's fun times, fun times. Like the store I'm helping out with right now, we took 3 trucks, three semi trailers full of product yesterday, and we were putting stuff everywhere. And the contractors are still trying to get some of the wiring. They're still getting some of the, you know, internet connections hooked up, and some of the security and electrical and fire stuff. And we were just getting in their way. It was great. Then yesterday, one guy was installing the toilets, so we had no bathrooms. Luckily, the restaurant next door, really good barbecue place. They were more than happy to let us use their facilities. Kind of dangerous having a nice barbecue joint right next to the store. Had their burger for lunch a couple days ago. Hamburger patty, then cheese, then grilled onions and peppers, then a whole bunch of pulled pork on top of that, then some coleslaw and pickles. And then they give you lettuce and tomato and onion on the side to keep adding to it if you want to. Ugh, talk about a food coma. Whew. Finished that thing and it was like, oh man. So yeah, all in all, it's nice. I kind of get to see how a store comes together over here. So when it starts happening over at my store, I'm a little better prepared for the way they do things, which I think is why the district manager sent me over here. One, to help out, and two, to kind of get my feet wet so I know what to expect. Anyway, I'm probably gonna be wrapping it up here pretty quick. I gotta get ready, go to bed bright and early because I gotta wake up at dark 30 and get over there. So yeah, I gotta wake up at 4:30, and I probably won't be able to get breakfast. Breakfast here is at 6. I gotta be at the store at 6. Maybe I'll show up at 6:15. Go over there, grab a bagel or something, to take with me. But yeah, all in all, it's been fun. But yeah, a lot of the stuff I got coming up for reviews. I got a Copenhagen product. I got the Southern Blend. I'm going to be cracking that one open. Haven't had that in forever. Longhorn, Long Cut Natural will be coming up. I got General Snooze. I got the mint, and I got their original. Mini Mart I stopped by yeah this morning. Was it this morning? Yeah, this morning. They had a really good special on them. Camel Snooze. It's basically buy one get one free. So I picked up a couple of them. A couple of the ones I haven't tried in a long time or ever. So yeah, I got Camel Snooze. I got the Frost Regular. Although I've tried the Frost Large, never tried the Frost Regular, and their Wintergreen Chill. Neither one of those. I've probably been a year since I've tried those. So looking forward to that. It's American snooze, so it'll be sweeter than the European stuff. Pouches tend to be a little bit fatter too, not a whole lot, except for like the Skull and Copenhagen's. Skull Snooze and Copenhagen Spit Free. Those pouches are big in the snooze world. They're more like a regular dip pouch than a snooze pouch. Now I think about it, I haven't really tried the Copenhagen Spit Free in like a year as well. Might have to grab a can of that and revisit those. If I remember correctly, the Copenhagen, I think it was the blue one. It's like a stick of mint gum with the flavor. It's got that sweetness and the minty stuff in there, if I remember correctly. Like I said, it's been a while. And then I probably got a whole bunch of nicotine pouches. Whenever I'm going through a gas station, if I see a brand I've never seen before, I'm like, oh, I'll take a can of that. Why not? And I ordered some of the European pouches a while back, and I'm working my way through those as well. So European pouches are a different animal. The sweetness level is different, and the moisture content varies. Some of them are incredibly moist, and others, when they say they're a moist pouch, they're a bit on the dry side. So I see the Zen's coming out with I forget what they call it, After Dark or something like that. 3 different flavors. I'm waiting for those to hit the local shops. But I'm curious to see what that advent calendar I got from coming from Nico Kick. I'm curious to see what they've thrown in that one. Apparently, one of those is a new Zen flavor that's not available to the public yet. So it's like a pre-offering thing they threw in the advent calendar. Odds are it's gonna be probably the very last one. Who knows? Maybe they threw it in the middle. I don't know. I just hope there's no juice head in there. I really do. So that's about the only nicotine pouch I've tried. Where I really don't want to review another one because it was just not for me. It was nasty. All the others haven't been. They're not half bad. Some of them are actually pretty darn good. So others, they're okay, but they're still not quite dip. Yep, I prefer Alp over Zen personally. I like the moist pouches, the ones with the extended release. Zens are okay, but they hit a little too fast and the flavor fades way too quickly for my taste. But all in all, yeah, Zen's done an awful great job of their marketing though. They had, that's how they got their foothold as the king of the pouches. I'm in Oregon, and Chase Banks, yes, and real backwoods band. Yep. I'm in Oregon, Southern Oregon. I'm currently in Klamath Falls, about an hour south of Crater Lake. I normally live over towards the coast. I'm just on the road right now. Yeah, nice and windy and rainy right now. Got a nice winter storm blowing through, or a fall storm, I guess you want to call it. That's why I'm kind of hoping it doesn't get too stormy. Otherwise, yeah, I'll end up might be stuck here for another day if the pass gets snowed in. One of the passes is 4,800 feet, I think. Yeah, or rocks. Yeah, rock slides are more common over towards the coast where I live. Oh, cool. Like I keep telling guys, dip what you like what you dip. If I like something and you hate it, hey, that's personal preference, man. It's like suit and tie. He likes Stoker straight. I like it as a treat, but I prefer their mint personally. So I'm a mint kind of guy. Mints and wintergreens are my go-tos. I do have some loose leaf chew I haven't cracked open. Maybe I'll do the next review on that one. I got a bag of Stokers. I think it's their 24M or 24C. The only the wintergreens. Yep. Yeah, wintergreens are good. That might explain why I don't have that many of them left. Whenever I open a can of wintergreen or mint, it's usually not long for this world. The other stuff will stick around for a little while longer, but a can of wintergreen or a can of mint, yeah, I'll buzz through that in a few days after I crack it open. I think a lot of the guys who used to do dip reviews, they quit doing it because YouTube cracked down on the monetization, and I don't do it really for the money. I don't make much money when they run whenever they do run ads on any of my videos. A lot of them they restrict them because it has questionable content. I've noticed when I use the word tobacco or nicotine in the title, odds are it's going to be restricted. Some of the other ones, it for some reason they monetize them, and it's like, oh, that's weird. But if they ever crack down, it's like, hey, your system's the one that allowed it. I think they have their AI scan the titles and descriptions for keywords, and if it's got a keyword in there that they relate to a tobacco product, they age restrict it or don't monetize it or anything like that. Right now, I'm making just enough money to buy some dip. That's about it. It's fine by me. A lot of the guys during 8 9 years ago, they based their entire livelihood off their YouTube channel, and then when they cracked down on the tobacco stuff, it kind of ruined their livelihoods. So they moved on to other stuff. This is a hobby for me, not a living. So hey, anyway. Oh, okay, guys, I gotta go. I gotta get ready for bed. So I gotta wake up at dark 30. So anyway, thank you all for coming. I appreciate it, and thank you for the donation. I was not required, but I appreciate it. Y'all take care. I'll try and do these lives a little more often. All right. I know I don't do them very often, but so anyway, y'all have fun. I will catch you later. Thanks for watching. Thanks for keeping me company. It's boring sometimes in this hotel room. Yes, yes, very much so.